The 4 lessons that most property gurus won't teach you. Firstly, property is not a get-rich-quick scheme. Property is get super rich slowly, because it's not success overnight. Some people will teach you that you just press the magic button over here and tomorrow you're going to be a millionaire. The reality is it takes a lot of hard work and effort, blood, sweat and tears to build something substantial. For example, if you're looking to build up a great income each month, it may be that you decide to use HMOs as your strategy. That's a core part of our strategy. And each time you set up one of these properties, you're going to spend a lot of time and effort and money to be able to build it and create it and get it operational, get it up and running. But then it might be generating you, say, £1,000 profit a month. That's one of those. Then let's say you did that 3 or 4 times. 4 of those are generating you £4,000 a month profit. That's more than most people earn from a day job. And then those, once they're set up and they're systemized, you're not doing a huge amount of work, but the initial hard work and effort and the risk you took to set that up is what most people don't tell you is required in order for that to be generating you £48,000-50,000 a year profit. The second lesson that most gurus won't teach is using the right strategy at the right time. So for example, when I got involved in property, this is about 15, 16 years ago, at that time, the core focus for us is below market value. We were looking for distressed property sales, cheap property that we could pick up. And it's very easy to do because the market was distressed at that time. Our prices were very low. It was easy to pick up deals. There were few buyers around, lots of sellers around. You'd negotiate a deal, you get say 20, 25, 30% off the value of a property quite easily, and you sell that on for a fee. However, over the, say, from about 2012 onwards, when the market started to change, and the reason it started to change is more buyers started to come back to the market and prices started to rise slowly. At that time, it started becoming more and more difficult. And by 2014, it was fairly difficult to find lots of below market value property. But even in the last few years, there's been many gurus that teach looking for below market value property and buying below market value property. And I'm not saying these deals don't exist, but they're like trying to find a needle in a haystack. That's not the core strategy that will work at that time. So they're teaching you something that worked many years ago, but that doesn't really work today in this market, yet they still think it's acceptable to be able to teach in that way. What we should be doing is looking at what strategy will work at what time frame. So for example, below market value will work really well when the market is much slower, like the period we're about to enter now. So now will be another great time to be able to buy property cheaper than we'll be able to purchase before, because again, there's fewer buyers in the market. The costs are much higher. For example, interest rates high, inflation's high. A lot of people getting put off buying property so you can pick up a better deal. The third lesson is the in-depth figures behind their particular strategy. So for example, somebody might be teaching you a strategy, a guru saying, look, this is what you need to do. For example, it's service accommodation, and this is the amount of money that they're making. They're making £50,000, a month on a particular strategy. But actually what they're doing,
Let's try that again.
They're sensationalizing the numbers in order to grab attention. And in some cases, they really haven't even been doing the strategy long enough to have any in-depth knowledge and understanding and to deal with challenges. And they probably haven't been through a cycle in order really to be able to teach with authenticity. And often people like that are teaching because they're just benefiting from the short-term attention that they're getting, rather than being authentic and showing the true numbers and the experience or the limited experience they have. It's more honest to say, look, this is what I'm doing, this is what's produced a result for me over this period of time, rather than saying, hey, they're the best thing since sliced bread and you should only be learning from them. The fourth lesson is the truth behind deal sourcing. Deal sourcing is not easy. Firstly, when we're talking about sourcing a deal, what we need to understand is, what does that mean? A deal is really an opportunity for somebody to be able to profit from property. It may not be you, it may be somebody else that you're going to sell the deal onto, or it may be you're going to keep the deal yourself. But ultimately, it's about finding deals. There are lots of deals out there, but firstly, we need to understand what type of deal we're looking for, how we're going to be able to structure the deal, what the benefit is for somebody else to be able to buy, and be truthful with those numbers in terms of this is going to be the true cost of, for example, acquisition, holding, conversion cost, whatever it might be, what the end value might be on that particular property. Now, too many gurus out there will just teach you, just go out there, you jump on Rightmove, 2 minutes later you find a deal, you flog it to somebody else for £2,000, hey presto, you're going to be rich doing that. That's complete nonsense, because the reality is there's a lot more work that needs to happen. Deal sourcing is a great business. Most deal sourcers, in my opinion, are absolutely rubbish at what they do. A very small number are very good at what they do. So it's understanding the skills to do this well in order to be able to build it as a solid, substantial business. A bonus tip for you is, when you're looking to learn from somebody, a property guru, a teacher, a trainer, is not only look at what they've done, how long they've been doing it, what their experience is and the things that they're teaching, but also the people they've already taught and how they've benefited benefited from that, what results they've achieved from that, and what other people have got to say about that person. So rather than just being sold by the sizzle and the sales hype, make sure you speak to other people that may already have experience of them in order to get a holistic viewpoint of that individual before you make a decision of who to learn from. Hey, if you're enjoying these Saj daily videos, then what I'd like you to do is click on my face over here to subscribe to the channel, and also click on the bell in order to get the notifications when these videos are being released. Then what to do next is click on this video here, and I'll see you over here on this video next.